Welcome to Les Schwab Tire Center's Outdoor GPS, presented by Fisherman's Marine and Outdoor.
Good wet morning, everyone. It is Saturday, December 2nd, and if you're like me, you woke up to a dark house. Well, you probably didn't. I did. We lost power for a little while this morning over in OC, but they got it back up and running, so huge thanks for the folks that are responsible for that. I believe that's PGE out there in Oregon City. Anyway, thanks for getting that back up for all of us out there. Yeah, kind of crazy the last 24 hours, hasn't it? And it looks like it's going to stay that way for a little bit. Like always, though, we will check in with Katie Suniga in just a little bit and find out what we can expect going forward, how much more rain, when do we start to flood, what are the rivers really going to do, and yeah, it's going to get really interesting. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. Although I don't know if I'm going to be able to enjoy it like I really, really want to this upcoming week, but we'll talk more about that later on. If you'd like to jump in on the show, it's called the Terra Firma Hotline for a reason. Call us up. It's right down here, 503-548-6777. I would love to hear what you're seeing out there. Maybe you got your eyes on some of the rivers, wherever it might be. They're all on the rise right now, and some of them are about ready in the next 6-8 hours, at least the forecast, is to explode. So we'd love to hear what you might be seeing out there from any angle. If you have a live report, you will go to the front of the line, so be prepared to get on the air. Be nice to Ryan, by the way. We're going to cover those river levels for you here in a little bit. We're going to have a couple of reminders that we got to get out there to you. One in particular is about the Kai warehouse sale. We talked about this last weekend. That thing has exploded. I couldn't believe some of the reports that we got from folks that were participating in that or going to it, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, we'll have that for you here in a little bit. Also, later on in the show, this is that time of year, and y'all know that, you know, that first week or so of December, 20 years ago, you'd say, yeah, we're in winter steelhead season. Well, that's not the case, right? Now, it doesn't mean that when the rivers do come back into shape, that things couldn't be interesting. Again, we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But it's duck season, right? And it's a perfect opportunity to check in with one of the smartest dudes I've ever come across when you're talking about duck hunting. Now, his name's Joel Strickland. He's a YouTuber. His YouTube page is called Surviving Duck Season. And other than during the show, go check his page out. Great information. I mean, this guy has broken down so many different, I don't even know the best way to even put it, misconceptions, maybe is a way to put it, of shot strings, shot shells, choke tubes, shotguns. He has debunked so many different things that we've been told, basically through propaganda from manufacturers and retailers for years, and he's taken it all apart. He's just a really nice guy, great information. We're going to talk about a couple of different topics in particular. One is we all use, at least here in the Northwest, he's from Arkansas. Don't hold that against him, I'm kidding. We're going to talk about calling, right? Now, 9 out of 10 of us, if not more, we only use a mallard call, right? Which, obviously, there's usually, not right now, at least where I'm spending my time, more mallards than anything else. I'm spending a lot of time with the widgeon whistle, and I'm really getting tired of it. But at the very least, we're going to talk about why you might want to rethink that, right? Well, he's a good one to talk to about it. Also, we're going to talk about the fad of sub-gauge hunting. Rather than just using a 12 gauge, you know, maybe going to a 20, a 410, or a 28, which is really becoming very, very popular. I have my own thoughts on that. We've talked about it on the show. Maybe you remember. But we will cover that with Joel. And overall, just great information from a very good interview. So we're going to check in with Joel here after a bit. Of course, we're going to have your deal of the week for Fisherman's Marine. But I want to show off some of the photos that everybody's been sending. Oh, by the way, I already showed you that Terra Firma hotline phone number. Put it back up there. There's nobody on the line. Last week, we got criticized for not being able to get folks in. It's live TV. Go figure. Call us up now. Here you go. And the one guy that's out there, you know who you are. I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the photos that everybody's been sending in. And there's been a lot. Thank you for all of you taking the time to do that. The crabbing, after we spoke with Bill Monroe Jr. last weekend, has held on and been very good. of course, understanding the conditions. If you can get out there and have some fun, by all means do so. You can see this photo here is from Emma and Christine. They're in Tillamook. Now understand, with all this fresh water coming down and getting into the bays, crabbing in the bays could get a little bit light just because of that fresh water coming down. Crab do not like that. So kind of keep that in mind. Holy moly, look at that. Rifle hunt. Wow. Irwin, nice bull. Congratulations. Interesting looking country as well. God, I'd love to be able to do that with my rifle. That'd be awesome. Nice photo. Gorgeous but cold. I bet it is. It'd be interesting to know where they are. It's obviously some sort of a lake or impoundment. But yeah, even on those sunny days when it's clear like that, just like it was just a handful of days ago, super cold in the morning, things frozen, which made for interesting photos in duck hunting. We'll have those reports coming up and some photos to share. Great-grandson's first grouse. Now you can see that grouse right there. Well, maybe you can't. It's on top of his Matthews right there. They do blend in very, very well. And I will say this, they're absolutely delicious. I go out of my way each year to make sure to take a few of those home as well as everything else. Larry, nice shot for sure. I mean, it's going to continue to be good. He's got to play this whole water condition thing. We're going to find out from Katie Suniga what this rain is really going to do going forward. And as these rivers drop, which it looks like they're going to drop just as fast as they're going up in about a week, hopefully it takes longer. But here's how you send some photos in, and lots of ways that you can interact, of course. But it's the Fox 12 app. Download that, find Outdoor GPS. Once you click on it, you scroll down, it'll tell you how to upload your photos and videos. And we'd love to see some video. Don't be shy. I know there's a lot of you out there that love to take videos. I spent a little bit of time on some public land this week, and seeing some of the folks out there with cameras on their heads, cameras on their chest, cameras on their shotguns, full brand new outfit, I was just giggling. I mean, listen, y'all know that's not me, okay? When I'm hunting or fishing, that's what I'm there to do. Not that I don't like getting footage and stuff like that, but come on, man. Overhearing some of the conversations was actually very, you can tell. I'm trying to say it in a nice way. Very, very funny. In one particular spot, and I'll elaborate more on this later, I'm pretty close to people. They're trying to tell each other how to position stuff on their heads. How about you just shoot better and quit shooting so long, meaning so far, outside of, anyway. Let's cut to a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have my field report. We're going to cover river levels. I'll have some photos to show you from chasing birds around this week. Also, a couple of reminders, and we will check in with Katie Suniga and find out what this weather is really going to do, because last night was nuts. Can we expect that again tonight going into tomorrow? Sounds like it. We'll find out how dramatic it will be in just a little bit. So don't go anywhere. We got a lot of Outdoor GPS for you when we come back. It's the Les Schwab Tire Center's Toy Drive, and I am super excited about bringing this up. We have Aaron from the Walker Street store. Is that correct? Am I saying that right?
Walker Road, yep.
Walker Road. Where can people bring toys in, and how long can they do that?
Boy, we take any new unwrapped toy at any Les Schwab in the metro area, or even here at the Fox studio.
Okay, very good. Now, if they come walking in and say, we saw you on Outdoor GPS, do they get free tires? They get a deal on tires, anything like that?
Free air check anytime.
Aaron, thanks for coming in. It's the Toy Drive. Make sure you put some smiles on some kids' face this holiday season.